All right, so let's start off with our magic number. Right, let's start off with our magic number. 1 calorie. 1 calorie . 4,184 joules, right? 4,184 joules. Now we're gonna have this discussion. Throw this up here. Then I'm gonna take it down, erase it. We're gonna go through some more math. Then we're gonna come back to this, right? But I wanted to start right here for a reason. I wanted to start right here for a reason because I want you to understand the impact. Right? I wanted to give you an idea of the impact of what it means, like watts and power, right? Watts and power. Right? And the reason why we put the program together, exercise, right, over time versus exercise over reps, which is what you see on 99.99999% of the internet, right? If you want to get power, do this many reps. If you want to hypertrophy, do this many reps. If you want endurance, do this many reps. This is the natural paradigm, right? This is the natural paradigm. So I want you to get this, and I just put this little comparative example, right? A little comparative example in, right? So you can get the idea. Now, let me ask y'all a question before we go here. How many seconds are in a day? Come on, somebody in the chat. How many seconds are in one day? Come on, somebody. How many seconds are in a day? Right? We got 60 seconds in 1 minute. Right? 60 seconds in a minute. We got 60 minutes in an hour. Right? So 60 times 60 is what? Right? 60 times 60 is what? 3,600, right? 3,600. Right? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We up. We lit. A lot. No. I needed your first answer. Yeah. I needed the actual answer. Okay. Because what I want to show you is this. I want to show you this math, and I want you to understand this example here real quick. Right? I want you to understand this example real quick. Right now, this is from the memory bank book. Right? This is from the memory bank book. So you know what I'm about to say. If you don't have the memory bank book, go to Amazon. Add it to your cart. Check out. Right? If you don't have the dementia book, right? Go to Amazon, add it to your cart, and check out. You have to have these books go together. The dementia book and the memory bank book. It's like hand in glove. Come on now. Go to Amazon, add it to the cart, check out. Okay. So let's look at 60 push-ups, right? Let's look at 60 push-ups. Now, in this example, I just grabbed the number 3, right, as a variable, right? It's not accurate. So I don't want y'all to quote me on it. I just grabbed it as a variable. For some people, it is accurate, depending on your weight and your strength and blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of variables but in this example, the variable is doing one single push-up. One push-up requires 3 calories, right? 3 calories of energy. Now, an actual push-up, being more accurate, is anywhere from 0.3 calories to, it could be as high as, it could be as high as 4 calories, right? But typically it's much lower. But to stay away from the decimals and just have a nice, easy number, it's just a variable, right? For the example that we're doing, I could put the number 10,000 in there and the example would still be able to highlight what I'm trying to show you here, right? So I just want this to be accurate. All right, now we're going to assume 3 calories, right? So 60 push-ups. 60 times 3 is 180 food calories, right? 180 food calories to do 60 push-ups. All right? That translates to 75,000 joules in potential electricity, right? 753,000. Woo! 753,000 joules in potential electricity. Now, when we divide that by 60, right? Because we're doing 60 push-ups in 60 seconds. I'm just saying, I know that most of y'all at home is not doing 60 push-ups in 60 seconds, right? But I'm just saying, those of us that's focused actually doing the program, right? Just for example, just follow me, right? So 12,552 watts is what you converted, right? Is what you converted in 60 seconds with your push-ups. Now, the second example is 1,000 push-ups. Do y'all hear me? The second example is 1,000 push-ups. I want y'all to understand something real quick because this is counterintuitive, right? For me, it meant everything. It meant everything. And as we go through the conversation, you're going to see how this is relevant to everything from diabetes, dementia, sex, weight loss, cancer. Like this is across the board. So I want y'all to just, I might be too excited. That's why, but this is important, right? So now 1,000 push-ups. Variables the same, 3 calories. That means hypothetically you would need 3,000 food calories, right, to do this 1,000 push-ups. Giving us a total of 12 million potential joules, right? Now that's 12 million versus 753,000, right? 12 million versus 753,000. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. We're going to do this 1,000 push-ups in a day. We're not doing 1,000 push-ups in 60 seconds. We're doing it in a day. So we're going to divide this 12 million, this 12.5 million by 86,400 seconds. Guess what? That comes out to be 145 watts. 145 watts. So what am I showing you? I'm showing you something amazing. I want you to, that's why I might be a little hyper right now. Because this is the ultimate cheat code behind what it is that we got going on. Remember, we was doing this way before Harvard even did the study and all that. We was doing this before Harvard even did the study to find out that it caused you to have a 96% reduction in cardiovascular disease. I'm showing you the math. Look at how many watts you convert in 60 seconds doing 60 push-ups versus doing 1,000 push-ups in the whole day. Look at this level of efficiency. 60 push-ups in 60 seconds, 12,000 watts. 1,000 push-ups in a day, 145 watts. "60 push-ups in 60 seconds is more powerful for your body's electrical system than doing 1,000 push-ups spread out throughout the day." I want you to understand that. 60 push-ups in 60 seconds is more powerful for your body's electrical system than doing 1,000 push-ups spread out throughout the whole day. So doing 1,000 push-ups in 24 hours does not compare bioelectrically to doing 60 push-ups in 60 seconds. I want you to get this. Because you gotta get that part before we go back into the other math. Because we get ready to go into our, 4 milliliters of blood, we get ready to go into that conversation, right? And reiterate that math. But I want to reiterate that math with this in mind. That the 60 push-ups in 60 seconds, it causes your bioelectricity to go through the roof. Oh my goodness. What is going, yo? This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm gonna have to come up with more math videos. Maybe something about math videos than just hey, you started me to do this video with that comment you put on the other video. Yeah, Peyton put a comment on the other video talking about he felt like these brain videos was just. I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to go live just off of that. No, listen, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. And because they're caged in a violent space, their adrenaline is super high, testosterone is super high. So being in prison is almost like a steroid in and of itself. So it's a powerful combination, but we can do some amazing things with calisthenics that the bodybuilding world doesn't even understand. They don't even understand, because now guys that do calisthenics, they understand, because there's some guys with some amazing bodies. Like I watched a video the other day. So me and Chase got this running, like, I ain't gonna say running joke, but it's like, until I seen this guy the other day, it was like a running joke. Because if y'all read Melanin vs. Diabetes book 2, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because in the book, we're talking about the levels, right? So the first goal to get to is to be able to do 60 push-ups in 60 seconds. But then the second goal is to be able to do 120 push-ups in 60 seconds, right? That was the second goal, 2/1, right? First thing you want to do is a 1-for-1 ratio, but then the next goal is 2/1. And so when it comes to the pull-ups, that's like we consider that like Super Saiyan level. Right? If you can do 60 pull-ups, 60 actual pull-ups in 60 seconds, and not that not them type of pull-ups, not that crazy pull-ups, you know what I'm saying, with the kipping, not that wild kipping type of pull-up, not that. Straight leg, straight form, clean pull-ups. If you could do 60 of those in 60 seconds, we call that the Super Saiyan level. That's God tier right there. I watched a dude do 50 of them joints the other day. That was crazy. What is going on, dude? Everybody is tapped. Yo, this is crazy. I'm just very, very humble and very appreciative. Yeah, 120 push-ups in 60 seconds is insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Not the CrossFit. We're not doing that CrossFit thing. That's not that. Yeah. But 60 pull-ups in 60 seconds, that's like but we got the math right here. So like we not, this is the math. This is the math. And it doesn't matter what your height or weight is. It doesn't matter your height, your weight, your body fat percentage, none of that. The only thing that will change is this variable here. And if we change this variable, we change this variable. And so the numbers work out the same. The numbers work out the same. It only requires a very small fraction of the electricity required to do 60 push-ups in 60 seconds to do 1,000 push-ups in a whole day. Yeah, so all that crazy food it's about time. It's about time, right? Because when we're talking about energy, when we're talking about bioelectricity, we are speaking the living language of quantum mechanics, not not theoretical equations, not, like the living language, light, electricity conversion. That's what we're talking about. Light and electricity conversion. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. How fast can you convert fat, sugar into, circuits of electrons, circuits of protons? How fast and how well can those electrons and those protons recycle ATP? What do your pools of creatine look like to help recycle ATP? How fast can we oxidize that ATP into exothermic energy or light, right? And then harness that light, right? I mean, it's been sitting right in front of us all this time because the muscles are what? Think about it now. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Because I'm the only person on earth telling everybody that the body runs on light. But we know when we look at the architecture of the muscle, right? When we look at the architecture of the muscle, at the core of the muscle is what? It's a filament. It's a filament. Right? When we look at the architecture of the muscle, at the core of the muscle is what? It's a filament. It's a filament. Yeah, filaments is in light bulbs. Filaments is in light bulbs. What is filament doing in my muscle tissue?